Hi guys! Welcome sa Zip9. In this video ay itutuloy natin yung series natin on greatest common divisor or greatest common factor, no? So, in the previous 3 videos, ang pinag-uusapan lang natin ay divisor, common divisor, and greatest common divisor. Ano naman yung factors, tsaka ano naman yung greatest common factor, or ano naman yung common factor, no? So, una tingnan muna natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng factor. So, pag nag-multiply tayo ng dalawang numbers, no? For example, 5 times 6 equals 30. Yung 30, yun yung ating product. At itong dalawang ito ay factor. So, this is a factor and this is also a factor. Of course, alam naman natin na multiplicative and multiplier yung dalawang yan. But, tinatawag din natin sila na factor, no? So, pag minultiply mo yung factors, yung result ng multiplication ang tawag natin din ay product. So, ano ba yung factors of 12? What are the whole numbers, no? That will result to 12, no? So, pwedeng 1 times 12, di ba? 1 times 12 is 12. So, meaning 1 and 12 are factors of 12. What else? 2 times 6, no? 12 din yan, no? What else? 3 times 4 is also 12. What else? 4 times 3. Baliktad lang siya nito, no? Pero pareho lang. 6 times 2 is also 12. And 12 times 1 is also 12. So actually, since we're talking about factors, pwede na natin tanggalin tong tatlong equations na to kasi pareho lang siya dito, di ba? Baliktad lang yung kanyang order ng factors. So ibig sabihin, yung mga factors ng 12 ay siyempre, yung mga numbers na to, di ba? Yung 1, yung 2, yung 3, yung 4, yung 6, tsaka 12. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So, mukhang pareho lang. And, yeah, siyempre, pareho lang na kasi pag nag-multiply tayo ng factor, ibig sabihin, divisor din siya, di ba? Kasi yung product niya is 12, meaning we can divide 12 by any of these numbers, no? So, if 1 times 12 is equal to 12, meaning we can divide 12 by 12 and we can divide 12 by 1 without remainder. At yun ang definition natin ng divisor, di ba? So, anong pagkakaiba nila? Actually, pareho lang. If a number is a divisor of another number, then it's also a factor. Ang pagkakaiba lang nila, yung tinatawag natin na operation, no? So, pag divisor, from the word itself, ibig sabihin, we're talking about division, di ba? So, division yung pinag-uusapan. Meaning, here, 12 is the dividend. At itong mga to, no? Itong mga to ay mga divisors. These are divisors, di ba? So, dividend divisors. Which is division yung pinag-uusapan natin. Pero dito, pag factors, ang pinag-uusapan naman natin ay multiplication, no? At ang 12 dito ay, ito naman yung product. This is the product. Dito, ang 12 ay dividend. Pero pag factors yung pinag-uusapan natin, ito yung product. At ito naman ay, mali yung kulay. No? So, this is the dividend, this is the product. And these are the factors. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin common divisor, it's the same as common factor, no? Same meaning. Pag sinabi mong factor, divisor din siya. Pag sinabi mong common factor, common divisor din siya. Pag sinabi mong greatest common divisor, greatest common factor din siya. And again, ang pagkakaiba lang, no, is the way we look at the operation. Yung isa, multiplication, yung isa, division. So, this is multiplication. Okay, so to summarize, pareho lang ibig sabihin niya ng divisor at factor. Ang pagkakaiba lang nila is yung the way we look at it, no? We look at the numbers. Dito ang tingin natin sa kanila ay multiplication at dito ang tingin natin sa kanila ay division. So pag sinabi mong greatest common factor of 12 and 16, it's the same as greatest common divisor of 12 and 16. Divisor or factor, pareho lang. Okay, so sana ay maliwanag yung ibig sabihin ng mga terms, no, sa inyo. And nakita nyo naman, pareho lang pala ibig sabihin. Okay, so bago ako mag-end, gusto ko kayong invite sa ating YouTube channel, youtube.com/users/sit9ph, our Facebook page at facebook.com/sit9ph, and our website. Maraming salamat. I'll see you in the next tutorial.